Hey yo, it's your boy Mac and Cheese back with another episode of Mac and Cheese Outside. And today we're here with some of the cast from When Pain Talks outside the Avenel Performing Arts Center. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the whole situation, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so every time I drop that lit shit, you'll be the first one to know, you heard? With that being said, we're going to let the cast introduce themselves and then we're going to get into it. Go ahead, sir.
Peace, I'm T, Terrence, Cliff Love, CL,
Y'all know Mac and Cheese.
Harold Chewy Baker,
Ambassador Pastor Howell.
So yeah, we got a lot of personalities and we got a lot of excitement coming. So I'm gonna kick it off with the first question, and we're gonna pose it to Terrence right here. So Terrence, in your spare time, what do you like to do for fun other than that adult shit?
Truthfully, I like to read and write. That's my thing, writing, short stories, poetry, that type of thing. My thoughts, I write them out. I mean, if you follow me on social media, Facebook, Terrence Bell, you'll see them. That's what I do.
What's the latest book you read?
The latest book I read was Rich Paul's book. I can't think of the title, but it was Rich Paul's. The one before that was Stephen A. Smith and Fat Joe's before that. But I don't read just, biographies. I read a lot of knowledgeable things, about religion, history. I read all things. I read the back of the lotion.
Reading fundamental, you don't want to put nothing on your skin that might, you know what I mean? Give them a little pumply, you know what I'm saying? Cliff, we just chopped it up before the camera started. Yo, tell us a little bit about your job, because that was interesting, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I basically was informing them that, I work for a Jewish Federation, and being not only just the only man there, I'm the only black man that worked there. And what transpires is I come and bring a lot to the table, and a lot of people that work there, because they're older or different things of that nature, they think that they know more than what you know what I'm saying? And I come from a safety background, so I'm always looking out for the safety rules of the company. But what transpires is when I'm trying to, put them on and show them where they lacking or making mistakes at, they come back making it, trying to, put it back on me. And then the same thing I put on, I tell them, now they implementing it. But I just told y'all these things, you know what I mean? And it happens, this ain't the first job that this happened to me too. This happened at a lot of places that I go. And before I used to just thought it was because of my background, the life that I used to live. But now that I haven't lived that life in over 23 years, you know what I'm saying? So it can't be that, because y'all don't know me for that. So I realized that it's really just this, you know what I mean? And then also just me being a man in and of itself. Because if I speak like I'm speaking to you guys right now, and they say I'm raising my voice, but I'm like, this is just how I regularly talk, so how am I raising my voice? So they're forcing me to have to succumb to be like I'm bowing down, and I can't do that. You know what I mean? And if I feel the force to bow down, sometimes I'm going
rise up, word. I mean? So hold that, because we're gonna get back into that for the youth. We just gonna tap back in. My brother, Exit 9 representing. You know the code.
I go by the name of Chewy. I work at Rutgers University. I've been there for 35 years, and I enjoy bowling. That's what I do for my side hustle.
What's your highest bowling score?
Oh, perfect score, man. Got about 12 of them in my bag.
12 perfect. Hey, yo, he got that turkey bag, you heard? Make sure y'all get at him. If y'all the bowl, get at the turkey man. And Pastor, let him know a little something.
I'm a servant leader. I serve my community, also abroad, but mainly just, whatever my two good hands and two good feet could do. I'm also a kingdom artist as well, musically. So just really an ambassador for Christ. Anything that I can do that represent him, let my light shine wherever I'm at.
Bet. So now that y'all know a little bit about them, we're going to get into it. So you started talking about being a black male nowadays, working around predominantly Caucasian females of a whole different religion. For the youth out there that have to go to school and deal with all of these type of pressures as young people, what advice would you give them going into that situation?
I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give the same advice. That I was working down at JJC, which is the Jamesburg Juvenile Prison. And it was a young brother down there. Big, dreads, cocky, you know what I'm saying? Humble as hard as ever, you know what I mean? But his appearance looked like Shaka Zulu, you know what I mean?
Fact.
He was wondering why all the guards and this and the third was putting pressure on him. They was inferior of him, you know what I'm saying? I had to tell him that. I said, bro, you're going to have to realize that you're going to be experiencing this for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Your presence alone before you speak, you represent the black man, you know what I'm saying, on this earth, you know what I mean? And your size, your stature, they see Shaka Zulu when when they see you and they are inferior. What I told him is, don't duck and put your head down and don't feel uncomfortable about who you are. Embrace it. You know what I mean? Because you can't feel uncomfortable because other people are uncomfortable around you. You did nothing to make them feel that way. So as you coming in peace, you keep moving like that, and you don't have to feel inferior of being who you are. And that's the best advice that I could give to myself as well as them, you know?
And that's a lot. You know what I mean? You should never take away from who you are to appease anyone, but there's also a way to present yourself and have yourself be heard. You know what I'm saying? And although we learn from the very beginning, don't judge a book by its cover, we all know this ain't a perfect world and it's gonna happen. So you have to move according. And keep in mind, black is back, yo. We can't be touched. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo. Hey, Pastor. So listen, with you, I know Mac and Cheez wow, yo, but I also, you know what I'm saying? I love the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I represent him highly because of the blessings I receive. So, Pastor, I know you in New Brunswick. I know you in the communities, you in the hoods, and even myself. I tell all the gangsters, all the hoods, all the street dudes, all that. When it came time for me to really seek help, yo, I opened the Bible and I called on him, and he was there for me. So how does he keep you motivated to keep going? Because the attitudes out here in the hood, they don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So how do you make them listen? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I've learned is you can't make anybody do nothing. But coming from the background that I come from, I can identify. I see the pain in our eyes. You know what I'm saying? I come from the community where, you know, I sold drugs. I was a gangbanger. I did a lot of things. That I'm not proud of. I'm not glorifying them things. But at the same time, like you said, you can't judge a book by its cover. People see me now, they don't know what I went through. They just know me as who I am now. But those that know me who I was before, when they see me now, if I can do it, if he can do it in me, he can do it in anybody. I was the worst of the worst. I ran with the drug dealers, the gangsters, the gangbangers, the murderers, the pimps, and he saved a wretch like me. He can do it for anybody, so I'm humble. So when I see my people, I still see a reflection of me, but I represent him now. You see?
Absolutely.
So it's easy to identify with. I'm no better than anybody. I'm just different than who I used to be. And he'll do it for anybody that just got a willing heart. So that's what I represent.
Amen to that. So identifying, you know what I'm saying? That was the main takeaway, being able to identify. And yo, all my young brothers and sisters, every elder that's coming to your way, trust and believe. Nowadays, they're not coming at you. They're coming to put that little bug in your ear, per se, to let you know what's ahead. You know what I'm saying? So try to just chill, keep it easy, and just listen. You know what I'm saying? No one, like he said, can force you or make you do anything, but just be open to hear what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So Turkey Man. Turkey Man, you know what I'm saying? I want to know how many bowling tournaments you won.
I've been to a lot of tournaments, man. You know, I won a couple, lost a lot. You know, won about 10,000 on it.
That's what it is.
My numbers, man.
That's what it is. Now, did bowling help keep you aligned with a lot of the goals you had in your future? Was it a preventative activity to keep you from any other extracurricular activities? Like, what was bowling to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Bowling took me off the streets.
See?
When I was in the streets, my people was in the streets. A lot of my people did time. One of my cousins introduced me to it. It took me off the streets because I was heading the wrong way. But I stayed with bowling, and you know, I still got the job. Like I said, I've been there 35 years, so I was pleased with bowling.
Well, see, them turkeys did something for me, man. Hey, yo, Mac and Cheez, wow, yo, we here with it. So, Terrence, so when I met this brother, you know what I'm saying? First time I met him, we did the play. His voice is powerful. The man has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even gonna let him get into it. That'll make the podcast a little more litty. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mac and Cheez right here. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he's a lit dude. So everything that comes out of his mouth, I know for myself. I listen, I process it, and then I go through. So with all of that being said, no matter whatever comes to your heart and your mind, just let the people know. With the things that's going on today, as far as young black men being killed for no reason, now police killing young black females in their homes innocently for no reason, what message could you give to our people? Despite all the distractions, you know you focus, they don't know you. How do you keep them grounded? How do you keep them from crashing out? Or how do you make that not an option.
When you say not an option, you talking about the street stuff?
I mean, for some people, the streets isn't. I mean, that's all they have. I'm talking about when you have that home, when you have the stable home, when you out here doing what they doing, chasing for clout or putting stuff out there. Like, let them know how real that really is, and give them something that they could take away.
I'm gonna speak from my brother's perspective.
Okay.
He was murdered in the streets. Now, my brother, he was 1 year older than me. He had life made because his father had a lot of money. But he still wasn't satisfied. He chased that street life. That's what he did. That's how I ended up there. But the truth is, until we stay grounded in ourselves, understand who we are as an individual, that's number one. A lot of us don't know who we are. And it's something I was talking about on the thread. And I'm using scripture. It says, slaves, obey your master. And a lot of us, our master is fear. Fear of who we are, what we can be. A lot of us are scared to even be successful. We don't know what comes with that. We're scared to be free because free has accountability attached to it. That means you have to stand on your own 2 feet. A lot of people don't want to do that because everybody needs somebody to blame nowadays. So when people come from these stable homes, they still want to be part of that rap community because, they sell them lies. They want to be a part of the videos, they homeboy, they homegirl, but they got it all. Meaning they got love, they got security, they got all the things you need to be a successful human being, but society that we live in tell you that's not enough. Everybody chasing the bag. If you're chasing something, it's running from you. Always remember that. If you're chasing something, it's running from you. So my point is, you have to have a strategy. The first strategy is understand who you are as an individual. I don't care what background you come from, who your parents are. Who are you?
Facts.
Grow that first. The rest is on you.
And the rest is on you. So he touched into something that I want to talk about, because again, this message is for the youth and for anybody out there who's worried about saying anything. Being from Newark, everybody being from an urban area, God was prevalent in my life and he still is. With that being said, you talked on the rap and the hip hop that's going on today. So I want each and every one of us up here to help steer that in the positive direction, like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? I grew up Big Daddy Kane, Biz Marquee. They were still doing what they did, but they wasn't putting it out there and glorifying that part of it for little kids to see. You know what I'm saying? So give somebody a little bit of that. Like 30 seconds.
They didn't glorify, they were just telling you the conditions. And they didn't just tell you the conditions, they also told you where the conditions came from. It was a balance. It wasn't just kill, 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 kill.
Absolutely.
Hoe, slut, bitch. It wasn't all that. They was telling you the real stories going on, but money get involved and it shifts everything.
I just want to say I apologize for the part that I played and allowing it to get that. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, I was a hip hop artist. That's what I did. I thought I was going to be a rapper. You know what I mean? And truth be told, whatever I said in that music, I really thought that I really had to live that. You know what I mean? So I understand where it come from and how it got to that. I just here to try to play my part to reverse, because once I realized the lie in the things that I was living, is now my duty to tell the truth,
Say that.
Hey man, all I gotta say is rappers and everybody, they don't make money. Hard workers make money. Like I said, I've been on my job 30 years. I got a pocket full of money.
And he got 10K on the ball, you heard? Turkey man.
Let me add facts to that though. If you could Google it, and it say the average rapper only makes $50,000 a year. You know what I mean? That's money you could go out to a job and
make.
You know what I mean?
Think about it.
Still going.
Pastor.
So what I would say, we need to get back to diversity and getting and putting social commentary back in the music. Personally, I'm real passionate about music. I used to do it for the world, but now I do it for the kingdom. But the music that I do is to compel the world to come to the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
But
Amen.
if they can't identify, if you coming across to where you unrelatable to them, they can't see themselves in you to any type of degree. This is how you can't draw them near. So I believe the Lord is going to use me and other artists with the same type of zeal that I have to compel the lost, to let them know you can still be cool, you can still be fly, you can still love the Lord, but you still can have substance in your music. You could be talking about something. It needs to be diversified in music, and it needs to be more flavor And what others think ain't cool really is. Be yourself. Be an individual. Dare to be different.
That's the main
Dare to
thing.
be different.
That's the
where I'm
main
coming
thing.
from.
And yo, my message, you know what I'm saying, kind of coincides with Cliff. Like, I apologize, and I was blessed for all the terror and torment I did. You know what I mean? And having bad health and thinking that I didn't have the next day wasn't an excuse to do it. It was immature. You know what I mean? I could have did more harm to myself doing that. You know what I mean? But we live, we learn, we make mistakes, and I'm just blessed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, because we losing light, our set falling down. Where the sign go? Yeah. When Pain Talks, you heard? September 21st, make sure y'all be there. Mac and Cheese, some of the cast. And yo, and the cast, yo, tremendous. A lot of talented men, women who are part of this production just because they want to get the message out. Because it's time. We all see what's going on in the world, and yo, our people, let's go. Let's get it together. You know what I mean? Before we get out of here, send us off with some words of wisdom.
Oh man, I might have to drop one real quick.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna say love, peace, and mac and cheese juice or something. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna drop one because come out and see us and I'll drop one you there.
Say that.
Listen, he said the best thing. Come out and see us. It's gonna be one drop dead.
You heard?
And all I gotta say is, you got your mother and your father in your life. You know, tell them you love them.
Amen. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad.
This is going to be phenomenal. This is something you don't want to miss. It's going to be different. It's fresh. It's innovative. And it's necessary when Pain talks.
You heard? Tisa hiding off camera, but y'all know it because I got her on the interview before. So make sure, you know, y'all show us some love when y'all watch the video. And as always, it's your boy Mac and Cheese outside Avenel Performing Arts Center. When Pain talks, you already know. Stay lit or stay lost. You heard? One.